Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is DustBiter 0 coming at you with my first video ever. As you can probably tell by either the title or your keen instincts or the screen, this is Terraria. And I mean, this game came out about 2 weeks ago. Been playing it a lot. Got really far, and I mean, I've really enjoyed some of the videos I watched, so I decided I'd try putting up some of them. As you can see, I'm using PlayClaw. I'm not exactly on the best machine or have the best tools at my disposal rather, but yeah, I just want to gauge. I want you guys to let me know if you hate it, love it, because I mean, if you hate it, just let me know. I'll just stop. But anyways, back to Terraria. First thing you want to do is collect lumber, obviously. We're going to get about 100 to 200 blocks of wood, somewhere in there. Ooh, got an ocean over here. And not very fortunate because, you know, we want to build a house on some flat land. I'm not actually going to build my house on that big flat area, though, because I don't want to accidentally end up spawning in the walls of my house. Because if that happens, then it'll break the walls of my house. We don't want that. So anyways, just hold click on the tree to chop it down. Oh man, we don't have very much good land here. So I'm just going to flatten some land out. Oop, kill some slimes. Yeah, I find that early game the best weapon by far is the pickaxe. Like, I don't think stuff such as the wood sword is really worth it early on. And I mean, the reason for that is that you can just hold down the click button and really do some crazy damage with the pickaxe. So I find that to be more useful until we get some better ores, which we will hopefully do rather soon. So anyways, let's just flatten this land out here. I like to clear a pretty big area because typically I build up rather than out. You know, some people, they build some crazy towns, but I build more like apartment complexes, if you will, going straight up with a room on each floor for each of the NPCs. I just find it works easier that way. It's easier to keep things even, and know you have big enough rooms, know you have all the necessary stuff. So anyways, let's just keep going. Yeah, I'm not going to fill this hole up fully. I'm just going to kind of cap off the top here and make sure that the side isn't too messed up, the inside that is. Yeah, the slimes, you want to kill a lot of slimes early on, as you probably know. You want to get their gels so you can make torches with wood and gel. So yeah, we're just gonna build on this little hillside here, and yeah, see what this game has to offer for us. I've gotten all the highest tier gear so far, and I've really enjoyed it. So I just want to see what you guys think, though. Most importantly, I mean, do you think that this Let's Play has potential? Let me know. All right. So anyway, back to building. Yeah, I just build a little boxy outline, as well, pretty much everyone does. It shouldn't be too hard. Of course, you need a workbench, but one important thing to not forget is to line the bottom with your building material. Dirt on the bottom, first of all, looks bad. I mean, it looks like you're living in terrible living conditions on dirt. But second of all, NPCs actually won't move in if there is a dirt floor. Now, this isn't too big of a deal considering we're not going to have NPCs move into this room we got here. But it certainly will become a big deal if your main room is going to have NPCs living in it, because they will not move in. Anyways, don't get lazy with the corners there, as I did, almost. Yeah, go ahead and build out your little outline. Yeah, you can use the axe to reclaim wood if you misplaced it. Just might be confusing for newer players. Then plop down the workbench there. And yeah, so with the workbench we can make a lot of more stuff. You just push escape when you're next to it, and it will open up a lot more options in your crafting menu. So you're going to want to make some torches, first of all, which doesn't actually require the crafting bench, but also a door. A door is essential in allowing you to get in and out, because if you destroy one of your walls and try to get out, well, it'll be bad if you have a bed in there, because you'll no longer spawn. Second of all, I mean, it's terribly inefficient, and it'll also allow enemies to get into your house. Next, you want to craft wood walls, which one wood crafts 4 wooden walls. Very, very expensive. Not really, but anyways, you're just gonna kind of painted on there, and looks really nice. This is one of my favorite features of the game. But most importantly, walls, except for walls at the lower levels of the earth, are what prevent enemies from spawning. In other words, I'm painting this wood wall here, and thus no enemies can spawn in my house. However, outside you'll see that there's just sky in the background. There is essentially no wall. That means that enemies can spawn there. Of course, enemies can only spawn off of the screen, but not too far off of the screen. I think the limit's somewhere about, I've heard things like 30 blocks is the typical spawn point away from you, but who really knows? It's impossible to tell because it's all happening off your screen. But I digress. Anyways, so you're just going to kind of line those walls, make sure it's good, and I'm going to have to destroy these dirt walls with a hammer. So to build a hammer, you just need a couple wood and go over to the workbench and make the hammer. And then the hammer takes out everything in the background. In other words, walls, certain decorations such as books, some candles, etc., etc. So yeah, this room, typically you'll want a table and chair, but we're not actually going to do that because we don't want NPCs to come into this room. So yeah, as you can see, the sun has been moving across the sky all day. If you're new to Terraria, one of the not so unique features, but important features nonetheless, is the day-night cycle. Now, certainly day is dangerous in its own right. There's the guide. Okay, I was trying to find the guide. I knew he was down there somewhere. But the day and night cycle, during day there are certain dangerous enemies such as some slimes. But at night the enemies are vastly more dangerous. You can you have all kinds of crazy baddies coming out at night, and they want to just rip you apart, and it's not good, and brings a tear to my eye. So anyways, the slimes are a lot less dangerous, so if you're going to venture out, do it during the day. Plus it's easier to see, obviously. Kind of reference to real life there. Oh, it's easier to see during the day than at night. So, you're going to I'm just exploring the land a little bit here. I have some time. I have a lot of crazy hills. Really hard for me to get around without a grappling hook or anything, which we will all obtain later. So yeah, just kind of scout out the area, see what your world's like. Obviously, every world's different. But yeah, just go ahead and if you want to collect some more lumber, now would be a good time too. And if you want to start building a second room, now would also be a good time. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So yeah, just build the second room. I like to build it directly on top of the first one. Now, we'll get a little fancy next episode with how we do all this stuff, but for now, I'm just going to build the outline here, and that'll be good. So then, anyways, just yeah, light it up a little bit and dig your way down, and I would recommend resealing that because obviously there's no wall there, so enemies could spawn. Next thing we're going to do is just start digging a little mine shaft. It's important for us to get down pretty low in the earth so we can see what all the ores have to offer to us. Find some caves, hopefully. Take out some baddies. Now, the way I like to do this is I don't like to go down and build my platforms as I'm going down because it's never quite even that way and it just feels kind of weird. So instead, as I'm going down, I just place torches as it gets dark, as I feel I need them. No real rhyme or reason. And I'd like to dig a 2-high area. If you're going to do an immediate safe fall, if you have any idea what that is, you obviously want to do 3-high. But I'm not going to worry about a safe fall yet. We're probably going to wait until we find any more open area to do that. And yeah, so yeah, just keep digging. You can see we're actually pretty high up. It would seem so. Yeah, we're gonna have to dig a while probably to get to any worthwhile caves. So anyways, yeah, we'll go down, keep going down, and just light up torches as necessary. I find you really don't need them as much as you'd think, especially since enemies don't spawn in the dark. It's unlike Minecraft. they spawn where there are no walls. And I'm 99% sure that they won't spawn on these dirt walls that we've got here unless it's a blood moon. But especially since this is a pit, I mean they won't spawn in the middle of a pit. We got some clay here, which is good for decorating. Make some clay pots and grow some flowers in it. So yeah, this will be good for now. So then yeah, my way of getting back up, I just build some platforms and jump up and plop them under me. I find that's the easiest way, and it's generally more even too. For now, obviously, we're not going to be capable of taking lots of fall damage, especially with our low amounts of life. So, alright, since enemies can only spawn off screen, I'm basically safe to really do whatever I want with this room above me. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of business up there. You're going to want some wood walls, obviously. As I said, I like to do anywhere between 75 and 100 for the amount of walls. I feel that that's a good sized room. Leaves you with enough to decorate with, get all fancy, but it's not like too spacious. Like that's the one thing I can't stand, where someone's making a room and they make it too spacious and it just looks terrible, and they end up putting like books everywhere or something, and it just looks nasty. And so yeah, just paint those walls on there. And this is actually going to be our first NPC room. So the idea here is that NPCs will move into suitable rooms. Now, a suitable room has a wall all the way around on the outside. As you can see here, we've got wood with the 2 platforms, and that counts as a wall. It also has a light source. As you can see, we've got the 2 torches. I think we only technically need one of those. Other light sources include chain lanterns, candles, chandeliers. You got a lot of choices, but not early game. Early game, it's going to be pretty much torches all the way. So next thing you need is a door. Now, we're not actually going to put in the door because we don't want the NPC to move in yet. The reason is that NPCs are a little tricky in this game because they love to just be a jerk and open the door for enemies to come in. That's why I like to use this style of house, because it doesn't allow them to let anyone in except themselves. And this basically capitalizes off the fact that NPCs can't go through platforms. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of these platforms now because we don't need them. They won't stay there forever. And we're going to modify this design a lot next episode so you can really see how it goes. And finally, we got a table and chair, and that's the last requirement for NPCs. In any case, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later.